Now, here is a new situation that we will probably encounter. So here is an entirely new situation where we need to clean the data because there is a wrong format for a certain variable or a certain set of variables. So there's this new data set that I got. It's data underscore dates dot CSV. So let's open the file. Let's open the file first and let's take a look at the data set. So here in the data set, we have duration, pulse, max pulse, and calories. The only difference here is there is a new column that indicates the date wherein when the record was measured. So here, it looks when we take a look at the date, it looks perfectly normal. Like there's nothing wrong with them, except there are just a few rows with kind of like a different format. Example here, this one is a different format, and this one is also a different format. So maybe we need to do some cleaning. So for us to do something, let's identify on what type of data this one is. On row number 20, what is the type of data that its date column has? So let's use this code. Let's print the type of that data frame. Data, it's number 20. So I'm supposed to put date, not data. So that specific variable is actually in a string format. So I'm gonna open this one again that we can see. So this one here on row number 20, this variable here is a string, as we can see here. But then we need to also verify if all the other ones are actually strings or in the proper date format. So let's take a look at number 10. It looks normal, right? But here, when we're printing the type of that variable, it's actually also a string. So we can assume that all of the variables in the date here are actually strings. So that's not the proper format. It has to be converted into a date time format. And the good thing here is there is an available function in Pandas that changes them into the date format. So for us to change this specific this specific column here in the data frame, we can actually use this code. So first we need to subset. So we need to just, so this is the only part of the code at the data frame that we have to change. So we're going to subset that column and use this function pd.to date time. And then the argument here is we need to input what specific part of the data frame we have to change. So we have to change the date part, the date column. So I'm gonna put here df, not date, df date. And then we will output the data frame again and we'll see what happens to the column. So here, this one looks very different from the previous one that we had. So there's already this zeros that most likely indicates the time. So for us to verify if it's actually in a different format, let's print the type. Print the type of a specific variable. So we're going to df, we're going to subset this one. Just choose a random number, a random row. So there it is now a timestamp. So the proper format here, it is a timestamp type of variable. So all of them are timestamps. So this one is a very reliable data set, and you can finally do some analysis here, such as time series analysis, and we have successfully cleaned the data on this specific part. You will encounter a lot of these situations wherein you're given a data set and then it looks clean, but then it's actually in a wrong format. So you need to identify ways on how you can fix the format. So yeah.